Have you ever returned to a place you once knew perfectly and felt absolutely nothing? Not because the place was destroyed, not because it changed dramatically, in fact. Everything may have looked almost identical. Same streets, same buildings, same lights, and yet something felt missing, as if the place remained physically intact, while some invisible layer beneath it quietly disappeared. Welcome to Mysterious Encounters. Tonight's file explores a feeling many people experience, but rarely describe out loud. The strange moment when familiar places stop feeling familiar, not visually, emotionally, as though the world itself still exists, but your connection to it has weakened somehow. Think about revisiting a place from your past, a childhood neighborhood, an old school, a store you once visited constantly at first. Recognition appears immediately. You know the layout, you know the roads, you know where everything should be. But then another feeling arrives beneath the recognition. Distance, not physical distance, something harder to explain. Like the atmosphere no longer matches the memory attached to it, and for a moment it feels less like revisiting a place and more like walking through a replica of it. There's a reason certain environments feel unsettling even when nothing dangerous is happening. Empty malls, silent parking lots, fluorescent grocery stores late at night, schools after everyone leaves. These places create what psychologists sometimes call liminal feelings. Spaces that feel transitional, suspended, incomplete. Not fully alive, not fully abandoned, and modern life seems increasingly filled with them. Places designed for activity, yet carrying an unexplained emotional emptiness, as if the environment itself is waiting for something that never arrives. But perhaps the strangest part is this. Sometimes the place has not changed nearly as much as you think. You have memory preserves emotional atmosphere. It stores moments with meaning attached to them, and when you return years later, the physical location remains, but the emotional reality that once animated it is gone. This creates a subtle fracture inside perception because your mind expects familiarity, while your nervous system detects absence. And in that conflict, ordinary places begin feeling strangely unreal. Now expand that feeling outward: shopping centers, airports, chain restaurants, suburban streets. So many modern spaces feel optimized for function, but disconnected from presence. Bright lights, repeated architecture, controlled temperature, artificial sound. Places designed to move people efficiently, not necessarily make them feel grounded. And maybe that is why so many environments now feel emotionally flat, not because reality is fake, but because modern systems increasingly prioritize stimulation over connection. Maybe the familiar place was never truly about the location itself. Maybe it was about who you were when you existed inside it. And once that version of you disappears, the world attached to it begins fading too, which leaves behind one of the quietest fractures of all. The realization that some places do not vanish physically, they vanish emotionally. And once that happens, you can stand exactly where you once belonged and still feel like a visitor. This was the Fracture Files, Episode 3, The Familiar Place. And sometimes the strangest part of reality is not that it changes, it's that you suddenly notice it already has.